Anybody ever seen one of these videos where it goes like, create 1,000 viral videos with one click, and if you look at it, it gets like 9 views? Or maybe like one of these videos where it goes, I cracked the code to viral expos using AI. Most people don't know about this yet. And then you go to the X, it says like 9 views as well. Like, I'm wondering if this is what they meant when they said most people don't know about this. Anyway, I've got bad news for you. 1 year ago, I posted my first thread on X. It goes, I 152x a company I acquired in 31 months, from 2.5k MRR to 380k MRR. Here are the 5 things that gave us the most results. I thought this was like a pretty good post, and I put in a lot of effort into this, and then it got 69 views. Just zoom in a little bit bigger. I found it quite funny. It's like a cosmic trick. So welcome to my keynote. Anyway, I was just like early here. If you look at the bottom left of the screen, I started my X journey posting content around June last year. And I had my first viral post around July. And then I kind of took a break. And then I got more viral posts. And then I got some more viral posts. And I just show you some examples of the viral posts first. So you know that I'm not one of those guys with like 9 views. It goes, I'm 34. 7 years ago, I won millions as Singapore's #1 poker player. And then I talk about my next post is Naval Ravikant once said, meditate 60 minutes for 60 days. So I did. Essentially, these few posts, right, the ones that went really viral, like the first post on the left, took my account from about 400 followers to 1.5k. And then my second viral post took my account from 2.5k to like 8k. And then I had a few other pretty viral posts. And then one more. This one got 18.3 million. And this essentially took my account from like 14k followers to 27k followers. And I'm sharing all of this with you because if you asked me like 1 year ago, I probably wouldn't have believed that it is like you can actually grow an audience using a heavily AI-powered strategy. I mean, it's not like the AI will get you to the finished product, but you can use AI in a lot of parts of it to help you to improve the quality of your output as well as the speed of your output. So in this presentation, I'm going to share with you a little bit about how I do it. Okay, so enough about me. Just want to quickly get a show of hands, so I can tune the presentation a little bit. How many of you actually create content today? Content creators? Any marketers in the room? Founders? Your boss sent you here? All right. Oops. So the truth is that the internet now looks like this. There's so much noise that you can barely see the signal. And I think the reason is that the world is moving towards high volume, low quality. Like, you know that 1,000 viral videos, 1,000 videos with one click? Like, what's the point if you create a whole ton of high volume content but it's low quality? I think the way to win is if you go to the top left here instead, you try and put in the resources into getting high quality, low volume. And because once you can actually get to high quality, low volume, essentially it is more about deploying more agents, deploying more resources, deploying more people to get that content. You can scale it to high volume, high quality. So maybe some of you are wondering but how? Well, I'm going to very quickly give some practical tips in the next 10 minutes. So, okay, another question. How many of you think that today you are creating high quality content with AI today? Anyone? Like you? Nice. And how many of you think that it's possible to create high quality content with AI today? Cool. And okay, maybe not right now, but do you think that in the next 3 or 6 months it's possible to create high quality content with AI? Okay, there's a lot of people without the hands up. I feel like you're at the wrong conference. This is SuperAI. You all should go to lousy AI. Yeah, so if we talk about what are the building blocks for viral content, I'll break it down into 3 big categories. The first is research, the second is personalization, and the third is distribution. So I'm going to cover the bottom 5, like the idea, knowledge, format, and I'm going to go to personalization, the story and the style. And I'm not really going to talk so much about distribution, but essentially what distribution is when you have a good piece of content, you can just put more money into getting it distributed more. You can buy collabs, you can buy people to repost for you, you can buy ads, you can buy like 100 iPads like they do in China and then like scale many accounts. Distribution is another complete thing, and I'm not going to talk about that today. So yeah, so here are the 5 tips on how you can actually create high quality content with AI today. If you want to make good content, it always starts with the idea first. And the idea essentially, in my opinion, has like 2 main parts for what makes a piece of content, like it gives it the potential to go viral. Number 1 is that there must be some commonality between a lot of there must be some common factor that everybody knows. So like, it's a famous figure. For example, in my threads earlier, it was Naval Ravikant and it was China. And then there must be a unique point of view. So I talked about my out-of-body experiences in the Naval one. And then for the China one, I talked about how Singapore is advanced, but if you, like when I went to China, I saw like even crazier, more advanced stuff. So if you have the idea, then it makes a lot of things easier. So how do you get good ideas? The old way is you scroll through your social media, you try to find good videos, you visit the profiles, and then you try not to get distracted. And then you get high quality, like you try and replicate some of their best content. The new way is you can use AI to like do this whole stretch of things all at one go. And I just show you like very quickly some of the workflows that I use. You don't have to like look into all of the details of all of the steps because I know it's a lot and I can't cover every step. Essentially, like a workflow like this will allow me to take a whole list of creators and then just take one by one, put it into a list of, like I can take one creator and I can find 100 other similar creators and put them into a list. Then after I get them into the list, I can put them through another workflow, which then loops them one by one. And for example, this one on the screen, it is strip 20 video creators, 20 videos per creator. So essentially, you would then take all of these videos, you would use another agent to score based on virality, and then you put it into another spreadsheet. If you look at this like orange line section here, it has this virality score. And essentially, the formula is like I use views plus a multiple of the likes, comments, and shares, and then I divide by the following count to the power of 0.9 so that I give like smaller creators an equal shot. Because like Instagram is like, it doesn't always prioritize small creators, so I want to give small creators who get outsized view count a shot to show up in my ranking system. And then essentially I can just like take the URL, I can put it into another AI to just like go and find the main topic, go and research that topic more, and then I can create a content with that. So the middle portion of this is the knowledge or like the deep research part. And because if you want to create good content, after you have the idea, you also want to have like the facts, the juicy pieces of information. And thankfully right now with AI, you can just use like deep research. I don't know, like anybody use deep research because it's like super amazing. I use it pretty much every day. If you're not using it right now, it's like quite a waste. You can use like Gemini, Grok, ChatGPT, Claude. There are free China ones like Q1 and DeepSeek. They are pretty good as well. So this is like the easy way to do deep research. A more advanced way would be to put it into a workflow automation. So essentially, I have this like 3-step process where I'm doing the planning of the topic, the research, and then writing the content. So if I zoom into the left-hand side, you can see that earlier I mentioned I'm trying to find a unique piece of content that has a popular thing that somebody knows, that everybody knows, and a unique point of view. If the content is too generic, then so essentially I'm feeding this, like filling up the form with some word or series of words. If it's too generic, then it will go to an agent to find topics that could potentially, that has those 2 elements, and then find 3 versions of it, and then another agent would then decide on the topic. So after you decide on the topic, then you go to a topic planner, you will plan like 5 different things to research, and then you will go and scrape the web and do all that stuff there, and then compile it. And then for this instance, I am putting into my typefully because the main channel I'm drawing on is X. Yeah, but essentially you can use this for LinkedIn, you can use this for Instagram as well, just so that you get higher quality pieces of content. And then there's the format. So what's the format? The format is like, how do you write in a way that other people can understand? There's the hook, there's the context, there's an open loop. The format that I typically use is like shocking statement, and then build on it, and then do a twist like, but there's something even more shocking. And that works quite well. So one easy way to crack the code of format is to borrow from other people who are already winning with the post. So essentially, like in this example, I'm taking some winning post that I see on X, I'm just putting it into a spreadsheet, and then I would feed the spreadsheet to a custom GPT. This is OpenAI's assistant on the back end, because GPT 4.5 is my favorite. Yeah, and then if you want to do it in a more advanced way, you would take the thread hook, then you would use one agent just for the front part of the hook, and then another agent to write the whole thing, and then another one to check the format. So checking of the format would be like removing the things you don't like the M dash or the rhetorical questions. So, quick break. What's the commonality between these three posts? Well, it's the story. Because like right now, when generic pieces of content with AI is so easy to make, you kind of want to have a golden thread throughout all of your posts that is your personal story. So here's how it would look like for seeding AI with your personal story. What I do is I use a Telegram bot that can detect voice or text, and then I would take that chunk of text, go and plan out potential topics to write about, and then go and research about, and then combine that with the initial seed text or voice, and then create that piece of content. So an example would be like my CTO, Vish, he gave me this chunk of text. I just pasted it to the AI, then it would output like pretty high quality content. It give it back to me on Telegram for checking, as well as I put it into threads. Just the text without the images and stuff. So I know there's a lot of words, and I think if anybody's interested, I made like a free version that y'all can try on my Telegram. You can scan this QR code. I set a restriction such that it's a minimum 50 words, and you can just take out your phone, voice message the Telegram bot, because I don't want my agent to write a full thread if you just say hello to it. So essentially, that's why I put a minimum. And if you give it enough context, you'll be able to write in a better way that's not so generic. Yeah, and I made it one per person because it's also a bit expensive. Like I use the best models. Like GPT 4.5 is quite expensive. Yeah. So then last one, style. I'll go through this quickly. Essentially, if you want to write content in your own language and style, the easiest way is just to have a tone style guide, which essentially is a long prompt. And then you take this long prompt, you paste in a chunk of your text, your own words, like maybe your blog articles or whatever, and then it comes out with a guide that emulates the way you speak. So for example, there's like certain jargon that I like to use, certain formatting that I like to use to make my ads threads go viral, and yeah, it just copies it. You can also take existing content that has already gone viral and then merge it, put that first style guide plus the second one into a vector store in like GPT 4.5, because it mimics the style really well. Like it's much better than Claude and like Claude 4, Opus, Sonnet. Yeah, cool. I know I went through a lot, so just want to check. Anybody wants the slides? Cool, nice. So, well, thankfully we're at the AI conference and there's a bot that you can scan to get I'll just get off the way so you can scan it. Cool, everyone good? All right, thanks. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'll go into the phone or WhatsApp as well. So just ask me on the WhatsApp over there. Yeah, thanks.